Hi guys, welcome to this week's Sovereign Life team call. It's January 10th, and the day before we launch our new weekly rhythm and calendar. And so we were just getting, incredible feedback and insight into the importance of doing this as a team, a commitment to a team calendar, and the rhythm that we get to create as a collective rather than individuals, building out this network, where that will take us 2 months from now. The story we'll be able to tell as a result of us all committing to this. Now, with everyone that we have here on this call, I actually want to go one by one, very old school like we do in class, and get confirmation from all of you. Again, this is volunteer. It's not at all mandatory for you to commit to this schedule of events. It's of your own choice. It's based on what it is that you want out of this, why you want it. But I want to go one by one and ask if you have an understanding with clarity of what the weekly rhythm is going to look like now that we've shared it with each of you, as well as a yes or no as to whether or not you're committed to it. So I'm going to go based on my screen. Alicia, you're first in line because you're next to me on my screen. But so I want to ask you specifically if you are clear on our new weekly schedule, what that looks like, and if you're committed.
Yes, so I have it saved. It's on my screensaver, like on my phone screensaver, so I don't forget.
Maybe we should pull it up right now.
Yeah, we can do that.
100% committed because similarly to Maddie, you guys know I work at COPA, and we're just constantly either open or closed. And especially now, like my unemployment is $200 a week, which is not feasible. So even more motivation to really just get started and put even more effort. So
Perfect.
I'll be there.
I love to hear that. Okay, are you pulling up the calendar, so?
Yes, I am. Just let me find it.
I'm going to move on to Sam Macri. You're next. Are you clear on the calendar and are you committed to this event?
I am, and I'm very excited about it.
Amazing.
I think we're all going to kill it.
Great. I'm happy to hear it. So,
me?
Yeah.
I am clear on the calendar and I'm committed to it.
All right, Sav, you're up next.
I'm clear on the calendar and I'm committed to it.
Awesome. Maddie, you're next. I'm just going to go this way.
Maddie may not be clear on the calendar.
Okay. Well, you will be.
She is very, very new. I told her for this week to just join the events to like get a feel for what's covered in each of them.
Okay.
And then she can be more comfortable inviting people. But
yeah,
I just put up on the screen, this is our weekly calendar. So we have our team call right now. Tomorrow and Thursday at 8 p.m. we're doing a talk about life on purpose, which you will see what that's all about tomorrow. And then Saturday at noon is our What It Takes call. Although I know we briefly mentioned possibly moving that to 11 a.m. So it's not like dead smack in the middle of the day.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about it, what would you guys prefer, noon or 11? You can like either unmute yourself or just message in the chat and we can make that decision.
I kind of think 11.
Okay.
Probably earlier, yeah.
I would prefer 11 as well.
Okay. So then we'll do 11 on
I can do it.
And I'll change that in the document and I'll resend that to everyone.
I was also gonna say, I don't know, what do we think about, I know maybe this week we'll leave it, but for either Tuesday or Thursday, do you think one of those could do the call earlier? I know that's just making it, and so that, the people that work late, they'll have to just join the call that starts at 8, but maybe doing another one at 6.
Another one?
Two
Like
back to back.
doing either the Tuesday or the Thursday call at 6 p.m. rather than 8.
I don't think that will work for the majority of people. Honestly, I would rather keep them both at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I think it's important that the rhythm doesn't get changed.
Yeah.
If they're the same call, then the people that don't like that can't join the 6 p.m. could join the 8, no?
I know, but the purpose is that we want a time that is better suitable for everyone to join, because even if no one shows up, your dad just explained with the idea of like the commitment is that we're all showing up to every single one of these calls, regardless of who we're bringing as a guest, because the intention is there, and naturally, there's at least that commitment, and what the experiences that we can share with the people who do come and join. So if 8 is more of an accommodating time for everybody to be present, I would prefer to do that and to keep it consistent. But that's my perspective. I don't know.
No,
How
I think it's important that it's the same time. You're trying to create a rhythm.
Yeah.
And so Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, that's a rhythm. And the time frame on Tuesday, Thursday, same time, is also the rhythm. Otherwise, you start to have to think about what day, what time. You don't want people thinking about that. It should be just autopilot.
Right.
Now, I just wanted to make one other comment. This calendar is the backstop. In other words, you should still be doing ABCs. I'm still open to doing those, available as everybody else. Making sure, of course, all this engagement starts with the first contact and invite. So if you've not really familiarized yourself with that script, that's everything. It all starts with that conversation. And then the rest is just going to be really simple. But
Yeah.
it's just important to remember that the process is the process, and everyone deserves the entirety of the process. We want to give everybody the best opportunity that they have to see the value of this and make a decision that's right for them. So don't take shortcuts. Shortcuts never work.
Yes.
But I wanted to actually ask you how you would recommend inviting somebody to one of these calls. Like, do you have the why conversation first and then this is the next thing, or this comes after the ABC, or?
Before we get into that.
Yeah, I know, sorry, we're going through the order, but after that, Papa, that's just a really good question that I would want you to answer.
I agree.
So yeah, Elena, why don't we finish up going through the roll call and then we'll.
Yeah, and then we'll get into that as well. Okay, so next we got Moya. Moya, same question. Are you clear on the calendar and are you committed?
It's actually funny that Sophia asked that, because I was going to ask that as well for the calendar purposes. But yes, I am now clear on the calendar and committed 100%.
Amazing. Thank you for that. Ariana, you're up. Same question.
I am clear on everything and I'm very excited about it and excited to be here.
Amazing. Thank you. All right, who's next? We got Rose. Rose, are you clear on the calendar and are you committed to the schedule of events? Oh, we can't hear you. I think it's because of the headphones. Still can't hear you.
Rose looks like such a gamer girl with those headphones.
It's true. Okay, well, let's see, actually.
Hello.
There we go.
There you go.
There you are.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Sorry I came late. How is everyone doing? All doing good? Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm really clear on the calendar. I have a quick question. The Saturday call from 12 to 1 might be a little sticky for me because I'm usually needed on the weekends during that like morning/afternoon area. The Monday and Tuesday and Thursday calls, 100% I can come and I'm committed to those. And I would love to do these Saturday calls. Is there some sort of way that we can schedule it? Maybe like 11?
Yeah, we're actually going to move it to 11. It's going to be
Okay.
changed to 11 now.
Yeah, we
Okay.
just discussed that before you got on.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that will work for me. So yes, I'm definitely committed. I can do those.
amazing. All right, thank you. Next we got Mia. Same question, girly.
Hi. Yes, it's clear and I'm committed.
Thank you.
I'm also at work as well.
Okay. And then it's just Kat. Same question for you as well.
And Arthel as well.
Oh, right. Sorry, my
She
order.
just logged in.
Yeah, my order is a little bit off right now, but
I don't
we'll
know
go
if I
with
see
Kat
her.
first.
Hold on. Never mind, actually, she's not here.
you know.
Kat?
I'm here, sorry. Yeah, I'm clear on everything and I'm committed.
Perfect. All right.
I know
that's everyone
Arthur
on
was
the call.
having some troubles with Wi-Fi and I don't see her. I saw her logged on, but now I don't see her, so.
Yeah, we lost her.
But I have a meeting scheduled with her and Sam on Wednesday, so I will make sure that I get that answer from them.
Question, guys. How would you go about for the people that aren't on this call right now?
We will send them this recording and ask them, we need to know if you're clear on the calendar and if you are committed to it. So this means like this, everyone who's on this call right now, you are responsible for getting that message to your team member who is not present.
Right.
Okay.
Good. Let me address the question then. I'm going to talk about the ideal scenario because, you know, the ideal scenario would be you contacted and invited somebody to learn about NECANN in that why conversation, that contact and invite script, just as you've learned how to do that. Now, ordinarily in that invitation, you schedule an ABC call. That's usually what you do. Now, if the ABC call happens to be tomorrow's event, that could be the actual ABC.
Right.
Because what are they going to experience at that event? Depending on what they know will determine what they experience. So the more somebody knows, the more they're going to get out of the experience. The less they know, the less they're going to get from the experience. So we want to use every tool that we have at our disposal to get somebody as much up to speed as possible, because then the event itself changes complexion. Let me give you an example. So let's say we made that call, ABC call, or the contact and invite. We invite them to learn about NECANN, including the event tomorrow, scheduled tomorrow.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm going to send you a link. I want you to have a look at some information. So similarly, as I would have in the past, I would deliver them the content from the Sovereign Life page so that they can at least get some identity, some association, some context, so that when they come to the event tomorrow night at 8 o'clock and they see who they see and they hear what they hear, it's going to be a lot of validating. It's going to be a lot of hearing in live, in Technicolor with real life people, not a pre-recorded, scripted out of a can, but a real live interaction. And they're going to get a sense of the reality, the validity of what you guys have talked about or what they've seen. You'll validate the products. You'll validate the opportunity. You'll validate the team. You'll validate the whole purpose of this. That's what that, and your testimonials will just be pure validation. So if a person knows a little bit and maybe a little bit more, that event is going to be complete validation. They're not going to really learn something new. What they're going to get is the reality of what they're hearing. That's what's going to be the validation. I'll give you an example. When I watched that video, the first night that I watched that video, it was in the 48 hours after I watched that video that all the validation happened. That my back didn't hurt, that my father's sciatica problem stopped. All of those things were validations telling me. And then when my father called me from work and said, can you get some more? I've got some friends that want to buy it. I remembered something the guy said on the video. So I watched the video, but then my real life experience that followed validated what I saw in the video. It made me believe that what I saw on the video was legit. That's what validation is. It's the social proof that this is legit. So when you invite somebody to your live events, it's the social proof that all aspects of what you're sharing with them is legit. Products, the business, the opportunity, the team, the whole concept. So now let's take another extreme. It's Tuesday, 7 o'clock. And I'm reaching out to somebody that I haven't reached out to yet. So there's not going to be a whole lot of opportunity for them to do much due diligence between now and 8 o'clock. But man, if I can get them on that call at 8 o'clock for the right reasons. So again, that comes down to, what am I saying in that introduction? What's that contact and invite about? And if I can have a brief exchange with them where we really identify a need, say, look, do what you have to, change what you have to change, put the brakes on, jump on this call at 8 o'clock in 20 minutes or in 30 minutes. Don't miss this opportunity to hear what it is that we're doing, because I think what you're going to see and experience, you're going to absolutely fall in love with. So that would be an extreme of, I don't want to wait until Thursday. I know there's going to be another one Thursday, but Thursday's Thursday, and this is an opportunity for them to experience it tonight. So I want to get them into that call tonight. So I'm still going to do the contact and invite, but with the invitation to be on that call tonight. So the call is going to be there. And of course, if they join that call Tuesday, what's to say then the follow-up call after the meeting, you know, they're going to say, I love this. So you know, what else do I need to know? Well, I'm going to send you a link. So you keep going through the process. You don't skip. You just say, well, let me send you this link so you have some more homework you can take a look at. In the meantime, there's another call on Thursday. If you like this one, I want you to come back to it. But what do you think about somebody you might like to invite to this? Let's talk about that and maybe help coach them on how that call might happen, how they might actually invite somebody. Imagine a prospect inviting a prospect. What do you think is going to happen if that second prospect gets excited on Thursday? You see what happens? It starts to light a fire under that person. Yeah. And that's networking. That's when things start to multiply. Times that by 10 of you, and things can start to light up really quick. So that's kind of the long and short of it. Yeah.
I mean, I think it would be useful for everyone, so I thought I would just mention it, but I have a message kind of typed out. I didn't close it off, but I thought maybe I could read it and just see what you think. This is, I'm reaching out to somebody who I invited to the event that we hosted over a month ago. She couldn't come, but she wanted me to let her know when we were doing another one. And as the conversation is similar to what we presented, this is what I have written out. I said, hey, Leanne, good evening. I wanted to reach out to you because of our previous conversations on wellness, community, and entrepreneurship surrounding the event I invited you to a little over a month ago. I'm really happy to announce that my team has put together a Zoom call tomorrow at 8 p.m. to give a short presentation similar to what we put together for our event. This call will cover, I was going to say something in regards to why I want her there, but I did mention it before, so I'm not going to get too much into it. And then I didn't know how to close it off in regards to that. This call will cover, I don't want to say what it is that my team's doing and how you could be a part of it, but like something along those lines.
I just think the most important thing is their why. People will join you for why you're doing what you're doing, not what you're doing. So I think the most important thing will always be, regardless of circumstance, is why, their why. So if they don't have a reason to take the time, they won't take the time. No matter how great your presentation is going to be and how wonderful the people are that you've invited and la, 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 it doesn't matter. Unless they have a why to be there, whoever you got lined up, whatever you got lined up, doesn't matter. What really matters is they have a reason. And you know, then the rest will take care of itself. So just make that always front and center.
Okay. So for example, when we're saying this call will cover, that's when you say it will cover exactly what their why is. If their why is around money, this call will cover how you can make an extra income or etc. Yeah.
It's the answer to their why. Okay. Exactly. So if you're serious, I love asking that question on a scale of 1 to 10. If you're serious about that reason, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you? And then listen for the answer. Then, well, you know, it sounds to me like you have all the reasons in the world to be on that call. So I'll send you the coordinates. I'll text you the coordinates, and then we'll touch base just prior. So it's no different than inviting somebody to watch a link or watch a video or what you're going to still encounter what you're going to encounter, which is people are habitually lying to themselves and to others. They say things they don't mean what they say. I mean, just you're going to encounter the human condition, but that's not the point. The point is to have something with regularity that you know you're backed by a team, that when you show up, whoever you got showing up with you is going to be blown away. You know, I know a lot of you guys have been on the call that I did with Ben. Ben and I have been doing a couple of pack calls for you guys, special presentations. And you guys love the combination of me and Ben. And we'll certainly make ourselves available to do special calls like that. Those pack calls have a reason to be. And we will make ourselves available. So if you have something you'd urgently like to do a pack call, you know, talk to Eleanor or Sophia or Savannah who've done them. And
those who
we'll
don't know what a
organize.
PAC call is, a power ABC, meaning like you basically, maybe you and some team members decide that you want to do like a really powerful ABC call. So we have my dad and Ben both speak on that call, and your job is basically to fill the call with as many people as you can.
So
That's
when you
awesome.
know you've got like real talent that's going to deliver for you, exclusively for you, then chances are pretty good you're going to go to town. You're going to make some calls that you maybe even uncomfortable ones. You're going to do what, you know, if you knew that this call was especially booked for you. Ben and I have made ourselves available for you, Ariana, on this night at this time. So now, would you say I'm going to get as many people as I can, or would you say I'm going to get 20 people on? See the difference? Now, for me, I hear this all the time. Oh, I'm going to get as many people as I can. That's not really a useful consideration when we're learning how to apply the law of attraction. The law doesn't understand that. But if you say I'm going to get 20 people on, I'm going to get 20 people committed to be on that call. Now that's a very different number. That's a specific number, and now it requires a certain work ethic between now and that day for you to make the calls that you have to make, to hear the contacts, to hear the people say that what they have to say. So, but you would do it. And the reason you would do it is because you know you got two of the most important people in Nikan who are going to be there for you. We're showing up to this event for you. So you need to show up and be as committed to your own success. So it's that kind of scenario. What this schedule of Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is that it's not me and Ben, it's you guys. You're the A's, you're the powerhouses, and you're the ones who are showing up for each other, and your stories and your faces and your testimonies, that's going to matter. And I can tell you, as a person who's done this for 30 years, you have no idea how exciting it is for me and Ben. Do you know, he tells me that all the time. He says, those calls are the most exciting. I love doing these calls. They're the most exciting calls. Do you know how many calls he and I get invited to around the world every day? And you guys are the ones that are lighting it up for us. So that tells me you've got something going on here that's so special. You just need to know that, be reminded of that, and start to experience and witness it for yourself.
Do you guys have questions?
Now's the time. We don't always have Mike on these calls, so now's the time.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, perfect. I got the mic. I just have a quick question. So I reached out to 2 handfuls of people, 10 people. And I know we had really good conversations. I'm finding it a little bit difficult to get them fully on board, not even as consultants, but as clients. It's much easier, I find, to build clientele but I don't know. I watched the contact and invite video. I might have to watch it again actually, and take some more notes. I don't know. Do you have any tips to approach it in a way where it doesn't seem like I'm trying to make money off of them? Because that's not what my intention is, but for them, I feel like on the other side, that's where the speculation is coming from. And I don't want to seem that way because that's not, again, that's not my intention at all. So what advice do you have in terms of like wording some approaches?
I think it's more of the energy. And it's not so much the wording. I think the words follow the energy. So you almost have to put yourself in the position of someone who there's a certain outcome and expectation. Let me give you an example. The person who took the time to call me that one night in December, had they not called me, I couldn't imagine what my life would be like. So whatever it took for them to call me, maybe not a lot, because I was nobody special, but they took the time, they called me, they invited me over, and they gave me the opportunity of a lifetime to say yes or no, to laugh at it or to whatever, dismiss it or to embrace it or whatever. They weren't, once the ball was rolling, it was no longer in their hands. It was what I saw for me. But if it wasn't for the fact that they did that, I would never have been given this. Also, they knew I had a problem with my back. And had they limit my exposure to just the product, I would have been a happy customer. I would have been grateful for the fact that my back didn't hurt, and that would have been that. But I wouldn't have had the life and the lifestyle or have had the impact that I've had because they didn't shortcut the process. They gave me the whole story. So consider how grateful the right person will be for the rest of their life. And if you can just stay on that point, that it's about being of service. It's about being that person whose job it is to open the door and get out of the way. Don't be in the way. Just open the door. You're the conduit. You're the window through which they get to look. But once you open the door, get out of the way, let them see. At which point it's up to them. It's entirely up to them. It's not about convincing. You're already convinced. You're already doing this with or without them. You're not asking for their permission. So don't let that be in your energy. It's really about, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, nor can you say the right thing to the wrong person. But if you're genuinely interested in providing a path for this individual, if that's your 100% intention, then it's entirely up to them what that path is going to consist of. And it's all based on their preconditions. It's all based on their limiting beliefs of what's possible for them. No one ever says no to you, ever. They never say no to you. They don't say no to Nikan. They say no to themselves. They say, no, I don't open myself up to this possibility or this opportunity or this solution. That's what they're saying no to. So it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of their limiting belief of what they believe is possible for themselves. But you gave them a gift. And it was entirely up to them whether they were going to serve themselves or dismiss it. So I would say be pure of heart that way. Because if you are, then you know you've done the best you can for them. Mm-hmm. And as long as you know you're doing the best you can for them, then it's never about whether you're going to make a few $100s or not, because that's not going to make anybody rich. You know, a transaction is wonderful, it's nice, it's validation, but it's not going to change your life. What will change your life is with the consistency of this effort as you start to see people's lives change, because there will be those who do open the door for themselves, who do step through. And so it's just really be firmly committed in being of service. Know that their decision is not going to change you. It's not going to change your life. It's going to do more to change. Think about it. You put me on the phone with somebody, okay? Let's say they say yes. Whose life do you think is going to change more in the next 10 years because of them saying yes? Mine or theirs?
Theirs.
So what's the role that I play in this? It's not to convince them. It's not to sell them. It's just to be the means by which they can say yes to themselves, to be the illustration, the example that it's doable and they'll have the support. So just remember that. If they say yes, there'll be a bigger win for them in that yes than there will ever be for you. So keep helping people realize their potential. That's all we can do. Be pure in heart where that's concerned, and you'll never, ever, look in the mirror and feel ashamed of anything. Just know you gave it your best for them, for their sake.
I want to,
Okay, thank you very much.
I want
That was
to
really
kind
good advice.
of,
Sorry.
that was great. I think that was such valuable insight, and really well said. I actually want to just tag on to that, just towards the brief end of that, because again, I want to emphasize just how important it is when it comes to plugging into the other individual's why. Like, if you want to come from a place of service, then make it about that individual. Why are you inviting them all together? To the one, on the one hand, why would you want to work with this person? But beyond that, why is this, an opportunity to serve that individual? What do they need out of life? What do they want out of life? And you're just the conduit to connect them to that, right? You have the vehicle, like my uncle said, you are opening the door, you're just getting out of the way, and it's their choice whether or not they want to step through. So one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself is speak less, plug into that other individual, tune into that individual. When you send the invite, it's not about telling them this whole elaborate plan about what it is that you're doing or everything that Nikan is, because, aside from the fact that Nikan and this team is absolutely wonderful, none of that means nothing to them. They don't know any of it yet. They haven't gotten into it just yet. What's important to them is their reason why this would be relevant, right? Like, how is this going to change their life in some form or another? And it can be something very simple and very basic, but you tap into that why, and then you tell them, you know what, come learn about an opportunity that can help you achieve that. It's their choice, right? And you leave it open to that. All you're doing is inviting people to come and learn. The structure is there. Everything is in place for them to do that. But you need to open up the door and the invite for them to actually make that decision for themselves. And nothing you say in terms of, like, again, what it is that you're doing is going to convince them more than just the reason for doing it. So speak less. You don't need to be sending, I've realized this even for myself, we don't need to be sending people paragraphs about all the work that we're doing and what it is that we have going on in the call. Just make it about that individual and then allow them to choose.
Can I also say something about the perspective, like coming from a perspective of someone that was recently like on the other end, like someone that you're talking about? What really helped me is when I was on the ABC call, when Michael was basically like, there was no desperation whatsoever. There was no like, they're trying to sell me on something. He was just like, hey, look, like, if this isn't for you, that's fine. But like, don't you want something great for yourself? Like, don't you want this amazing opportunity? Like, you weren't selling me on anything. You were just like, hey, look, it's here. You can have it if you want. And it's a great opportunity, but I'm not going to convince you. And I'm not going to like try to sell you something. So that's what helped me, at least.
Yeah. And I think that's the, at the end of it, that's the whole crux of it. If you want to be a little bit selfish, say, yeah, here, my win is if you win. Yeah, I'm a little bit selfish that way. I actually enjoy making a difference in people's lives. And if nothing changes for you, nothing's changed. Well, nothing's really changed. But if something improved in your situation, I would be thrilled. That would be a huge win for me.
Yeah.
Something that I started learning to do from spending so much time with my dad over the last few months was to kind of just like pretend that I was him, and to ask myself, like, how would Mike DiMuccio answer this person or answer this question or approach this situation? How would somebody with 30 years of experience who has built an incredible life for themselves handle this conversation? That person's not going to question the value that they have in front of them. You know, they're not going to question the value of the product, the value of the opportunity. This person knows exactly what they're offering somebody. And that gives you like a sense of confidence, and people can feel that. You know, they can feel when you really believe in what you're talking about, when you know that what you're giving them is just pure value, something that's only going to add to their life. And so that's kind of like how I approach everything. Is I'm not like tiptoeing around them hoping that they don't judge me or think weirdly of me. I'm just like, listen, I know what I got. This is the value that's here. Let me know if you're ready to do something about it.
The biggest thing, in regards to what you said, the biggest thing I've noticed with responses that I get from people, don't tiptoe around it. Like when you're first starting the business, even when I first started, I was tiptoeing around what I was doing. I was tiptoeing around even saying the word network marketing. Like it was like, like I was treating it like that. And like when you treat it like that, people are going to interpret it like that. I'm at a point where I'm very straight up with what I'm doing. I say, yeah, this helps you. And I'm saying, and if, you know, people aren't being that like aware, like people are kind of like dismissing it or, you know, kind of skeptical, you'd be like, look, like I got something that can help you. Whether you choose to use it or not is your choice. But you're being very confident and direct in what you're saying, and that you believe in what you're experiencing. And I think also that comes with continuing to do it and continuing to use your products on a daily basis. When you have, you know, just other people that like I also have so many people like friends that have tried my product, like the products that we sell, and you know, it's impacted them. It's made a difference in their life, in their sleep, in their stress, in their like digestion, everything. And so like when you see other people around you having great experiences, it gives you a lot of confidence. Even just our team, Alicia shared how it helped her dog, right? Like how many people would want to help their dog? So I think continuing to share the message also gives you confidence.
I was going to say, Rosemary, if you can articulate in so many ways that this may not be for you, when you say that out loud to them, you're acknowledging that it's their choice, it's their decision, it's their option, and that you're disconnected from the outcome. It's entirely up to them. This may not be for you. It's not for everyone. However, I made my decision for myself, my family, and I'm so thrilled and grateful that I have. When you reiterate that, you're saying, I am already sold. Nothing you can do here is going to change my mind. And so that boosts their confidence as well, because then, you know, a person who's vulnerable, who's afraid to be sold, means they don't really have a lot of self-confidence, because they can be manipulated into buying something. Person who can say no doesn't have a problem with the pitch. A person who can't say no because they're in the habit of saying yes, you know, they're maybe more reluctant. So try and get that on the table. Like just say, look, if this is a no for you, it's a no for you, and it's fine. We're going to still be friends. I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to talk to you about this because I'm not going to be able to help myself. This has made such an important difference for me and my family. So, and I want what's best for you, but it's entirely up to you. The more you emphasize that, you're empowering them. You're saying, the power is in your hands. It's nothing I can say or do that's going to be convincing anyway. And so when you're doing that, you're really giving that person the cards, which not everybody is in the habit of doing. That's probably why they feel vulnerable.
And you're planting that seed too, right? It's like, that's what happened in
Exactly.
October when I was talking to them. You guys planted that seed. I didn't say yes. I was very skeptical because, like so many other people, super skeptical about network marketing in general. Nothing against Meekin, just the whole business model as a whole. And I said no, but then I hit Sophia up like 3-4 months later. And I was like, actually, it's a yes.
Commitment to the process, detachment from the outcome. I'm telling you, anytime somebody says no, either number one, they're not saying no to you, they're saying no to themselves. And it doesn't necessarily mean no, it means it could mean not right now. So when you're sharing this information with people, if you are detached from the outcome, you're no longer in that state of, I need you, please like help me and my business. I need to make money. I need to gain. This is a transactional thing. It's just more about, I love what I've got and I want to share with as many people as possible. And this can help you.
And what we're doing, come and kick the tires. Just come to let me invite you to meet the team. You can just be a fly in the wall, listen in. I think you're just gonna love these people that I'm working with. And I think once you realize that what I'm talking about here is real, it's legit, at that point in time, you might have a very different opinion. So now that invite to the event becomes another opportunity for them to see who you are working with and what you guys stand for. And then tell them, just be a fly in the wall. You don't have to say anything, and just show up and listen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just wanted to say thank you for all your advice, everyone. It is helping me immensely. Not had the best.
Not just you, Rosemary. I know you're not the only person who felt like that.
Yeah.
So
I still
if you
feel
guys ever
bad.
have a question, say it, because chances are you're not the only one with that question. Yeah.
Good.
Sam, I know that you were a little iffy about how to invite people to this call. Are you feeling a little bit more clear now?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the way you stated it was similar to what Mike said on the call as well, just being like, it's the exact same process kind of thing. Like you still have that why conversation and then inviting them to the call that way. So just all the things that was said now really can go into inviting them to the call, inviting them to an ABC, inviting them to in all aspects. So it's definitely helpful.
Yeah.
If it
takes some confidence.
I just got with the message that I sent, I ended it off with listening to what my dad said and just said that the call will introduce you to a community of wellness entrepreneurs and like-minded individuals who value holistic health and wellness and a business model that has the opportunity to create a life that holds meaning and purpose. I'd love to have you there to learn about what this could mean for you. Let me know if you'd like to come and I'll send the Zoom link. And she just replied saying, I'd love to come.
Oh, that's good. That was good.
And I think she's going to bring
send us the blurb in the chat.
Perfect. So I'll tell you guys, the collective intelligence on this call, which is why the more often you meet and you have these conversations, you're going to give yourself such a competitive edge. It's unreal. Anybody would be lucky to be part of this team.
Agreed.
Stop, send it. Maybe send it in our team chat. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, listen,
you can take it and make it your own. But
I'm ready to blow my nose, so I'm going to jump off.
Okay. Thank you for joining. That was really great.
My pleasure. You guys are doing amazing. I'm really so proud of you. You have no idea.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I know we're a little late. Sam does have a presentation for us, though. If everyone's okay with it, would you guys stick on a little longer?
I'll be really fast.
Yeah, Sam, let's hear it, girl. Also,
Okay.
Sam, you should share your win that you just shared with me in the chat.
Oh yeah. Literally just now on this call, I got an email that a customer placed an order with me. And I was like, that's weird. I don't know what it was for. And then it was someone that Sophia and I had gone to do a wellness preview with at their house. And she bought so many things, but she ended up just buying a second wall mount now because she did a whole water pack. and now she bought a second wall mount, just all by herself. So for me, that was really exciting because I've never had a customer just like shop on their own. I've always like kind of helped them
Right.
through the process or place the order for them. So the fact that she did that, I was like, that's so nice.
Right. I actually had that's
That's
like
awesome.
a very similar experience to what I had 2 days ago. And it was honestly, I know exactly what you mean, Sam. It's like one thing when you're like actively reaching out to people and you're like, hey, love these products, you should try them out, to then have someone reach out to you and like no, like nothing, they just go and do the work. And it was really rewarding.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was so nice. So
Sam is like the queen of in-homes, queen of wellness previews, meaning like going to somebody's house and like showcasing the products. So if you guys have questions about that, Sam is definitely the girl to ask.
Well,
And she's
Sam,
very good at closing
anybody,
sales.
I really want to do something like that soon. So if people want to come together and, you know, maybe like set a day where we just invite everyone, I want to do that. Because
I'm
I
down.
honestly, like, from what I've seen at our event, like having in person honestly makes the biggest difference. And
I also saw in that paper, sorry to cut you off, Sab, that we're doing an in-person on January 24th. Right?
Yeah, it was
23rd?
included. It was never discussed though, to be
did you
honest.
put it on there?
It's on there, yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw that because I'm like, I didn't know.
To be honest, I don't know if that's actually going to happen. That's something, you know, that can be discussed. I just like kind of included it as like a temporary thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, keep me posted because I may or may not be still in Florida at that point. So
Okay.
just let me know.
Oh, when do you leave?
I have no plans to leave. We are not trying to leave.
All the
you're
plan.
meaning you're staying in Florida, right? Gotcha. Can I come?
Yeah. Of
I want to
course,
stay
come
in
join me.
Florida. I don't want to be here anymore, guys.
I would love to go to Florida. I'll be on.
I don't know how to make this bigger. Hold on. Okay, so
Ooh,
kind of talking
on.
about business like products, like that's definitely something that I'm super passionate about, and something that I really like feel strongly is you know how the earth and energy is able to help us. So we all know that Niken's 3 main pillars are really about energy of the earth, which is magnetism, energy of the air, which is negative ions, and energy of the sun, which is far infrared. So today I'm just going to focus on negative ions and how, even though we can't see them, they make a huge difference to the quality of our life. And with Niken's energy systems, we're able to improve drastically. So really starts with what is an ion. So it's the molecular atom that carries electrical charge. Positive ions are molecules that have lost 1 or more electron, whereas negative ions actually have oxygen atoms with extra negatively charged electrons. So it's basically any ion that has that extra oxygen atom that makes it negative. So when we talk about positive ions, I actually found so much information about how bad they are for you and how they're really connected to like all of the bad things that are in our environments, everything from like toxic chemicals to pollen, mold, you know, those all carry positive electrical charges, as well as you know, the man-made things like our computers, cell phones, electrical devices. And it's shown and proven that positive ions are extreme, you know, exposure to positive ions can impair brain function and suppress your immune system, causing like anxiety, breathing difficulties, fatigue, headache, all those terrible things. And like there's so many things that are connected to that, like fluorescent lighting, cell phones, television. So it really does not end. Like it's kind of scary when I was reading it. So I find that especially when you talk to customers or tell people about the business, like about how amazing the product is, it's really good to lean on like how bad the actual things are that are surrounding it, and really focusing on the problem and then showing the solution. So when we speak about negative ions, we know that those are things that ions that are found in our environments when air molecules are broken. So once they reach our bloodstream, negative ions are believed to produce biochemical reactions, producing oxygenation to the brain and regeneration of the blood. So it's literally like bringing extra oxygen to your brain. And that helps alleviate the depression, stress, boosts of energy, all those things, and increase in our moods that those positive ions really offset. So we see that with anything from like waterfalls or forest, when wind blows through a forest, you know, waves crashing on a beach, being in the mountains where you feel like that fresh air. Those are all places where you get intense amounts of negative ion exposure. So when I was on the beach, like the other day, and I even sent this in the group chat to ask what it was, and this is why it kind of made me want to talk about it today, was because we were on a boat and I just felt so calm and serene, and we were with some people and I was like, I feel all of the negative ions just surrounding me, and it felt amazing. And telling someone else about that, they were super interested, and I was able to like talk to them a little bit more about it. So more benefits of what negative ions are, you know, they boost cell metabolism, enhance immune function, purify the blood, all these amazing things. And I kept this in here just in case you guys want to refer back to it, and, you know, anything that really sticks out for you. And so how does Nikken products really provide those negative ion rich opportunities for our customers? So Nikken products have tourmaline crystals in it, specifically like the Kenko C and the Nature Fit. And those they're basically dipped in tourmaline crystal, like ash. And tourmaline is known for drawing out toxins from our body. And when applied pressure or heat to it, so basically if you're sitting on it, moving, you know, sleeping on the products, the tourmaline crystals are really like enhanced, and that's when those extra energy like processes work. And so when I'm sitting on my Kenko seat at work, I feel less tired, drained, staring at my computer screen all day. And I think these are like such important products to have because we're in such a positive ion rich environment, just like in general across the board. So these products really do help offset all of those positive ions to give you more of that negative rich environment that we don't really get as often, especially being, you know, at home in Canada, negative 15-degree weather, no one wants to go outside. So this is definitely something that can help a lot of people throughout any time, really. And then I have a bunch of my sites if you guys want to look more into all the websites that I read these on. And that's it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Samantha.
Amazing.
Sorry, I was gonna say Sam, but I was like, oh, I didn't know if you go by
That was awesome, Sam.
Yeah, that was
Thanks.
great.
I actually
Thank
learned
you.
So
something.
good.
That was awesome.
I could have used that today.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Cool.
That was great. Moving forward, any presentations or anything that we put together, I know you probably already know this, Sam, but just upload them to the Google Drive, guys, so we can all refer back to it and have access to it. But now, because you were this week, do we have a volunteer for next week? Otherwise, Sam will voluntold someone.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Where do you find information about Nikken products? Like,
so it can be a combination of a number of things. Combination of information you can find directly on our website when you look at specific products. From there, what I do is I use that to guide me in terms of looking into some of the technology further for my own understanding. So for instance, when you want to look up the benefits of negative ions, far infrared, as well as magnetics, that's kind of research that you can typically do on your own. And then a number of the resources that are shared in like the Sovereign Life chat, the Sovereign Life tools chat, will have like a little bit more information, like products and things like that.
So I just want to add to that because the videos that are shared in the Sovereign Life chat and tools, obviously you don't have access to them if you're just added in. We're going to find a better way for you guys to be able to just access it, even if you're adding someone in. Until then,
Maddie, there's also some stuff in our Google Drive. So when you have your Google email ready, let me know and I'll add you in there.
oh yes, I forgot to make that. Okay. All right, cool. I'll do that tonight and then I'll send you the email.
Until then, though, as I was saying, ask your sponsor if they have a video, like if you have a specific technology that you need a video on to send to somebody or just want to know, ask your sponsor and get them to send you something or a few videos in regards to that. Also check out, I think Alicia might have some things, but I know me, Elena, and Sophia on our Instagrams, we have highlights called Energy, Water, and Air, or I think, I don't know if I have air, but anyways, energy, water, and business or something like that. We
I have
have
air.
a lot of information on how the products
I have
work
air.
in regards to that. So you can take a look at our feeds as well.
Yeah, Maddie, if you have questions about a specific product, it's easier for me to answer that because there's just so many, you know, so I can send you like
Yeah,
more specific
learned
things that I know.
I learned so much just from like doing in-homes with Sophia. Like I literally recorded our last in-home, the entire thing, and I have like scribed it out. I still have to send it. So if I'm gonna actually send it to you to read over and make sure
Yeah.
like I wrote it down correctly, and then I can share that in the Google Drive as well. So like it literally covers like every single basically all of the packs and their benefits and stuff. So I'll definitely share that as well.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you.
I didn't even know she was recording. After we finished the in-home, she's like, I just recorded that whole thing because she knew I was gonna be leaving. But I told her, if
Very
you guys
helpful.
ever want to do an in-home and you just want to pop me up on a screen on Zoom, like I will be there and I will just explain everything.
I'll do them from Florida maybe, and then it'll feel less weird.
Yeah.
We're both away.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, guys. This is a great call.
Amazing.
This is-
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
awesome.
That was a great
I
call.
still haven't figured out the Zoom, guys. I'll keep trying. They haven't gotten back to me.
It's fine. Like we said at the beginning, you know, anyone from your team, make sure that they get this recording as well as respond. Yes, I understand the schedule. Yes, I'm committed to the schedule. And it starts tomorrow. So
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, we'll get the recording in there as soon as possible.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Oh, sorry. Can I ask 2 questions? So sorry. So sorry. One thing, did we already do that that subscription tutorial video? Like
Dropship?
haven't.
Dropship, sorry. Okay, I would love to do that because now I have like quite a few people who need new stuff and I just want to put them straight onto subscriptions. So
Okay. If you need
Auto
to,
ship?
you can
An
reach
idea.
out to one of us this week. Like if you want to do that before a call, it's really easy. Like I've done
I
it.
actually
Okay,
don't know. I
perfect.
don't know how to do it either. So
Are you
I
talking
need to
about
learn
auto
that
ship?
too.
I've done it
Auto
many
ship,
times
yeah.
now if you need
Yeah.
help with that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So we can
And
do that.
also the only other thing is with the water, the sport bottle, I've gotten feedback that like it's very hard to drink out of. And I was because it's obviously going through a filter, but is that like, does that get easier over time or is it just kind of because it has to go through a filter?
It gets way easier over time. You kind of need to break it in. That's why I recommend that people fill it up and squeeze it out 3 times. But at the beginning, like this is really the key. Squeeze and suck and put it above your head like this. So you shouldn't just be like this.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be hard to drink like that. You gotta.
Yeah.
And eventually it
And
just
now
comes out
mine's
like
at a
drinking
point-
a regular bottle.
Mine's at a point now where it just like
We'll come straight out.
it's really
Okay,
easy
cool.
now. But like at first the plastic is a little bit harder. So yeah, squeeze and suck and raise it above your head.
Okay. Good to
Yeah.
know. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
No
No
problem.
problem.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
I will see you. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Oh.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Have a good night.
Tomorrow.
See ya.